2, 1, let's jam. Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and a tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live stream to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. I am joined, as always, by my wonderful friends, Chris, playing Vaul Robin, the Eladrin Bard of Eloquence.
Oh, sir.
Heather joining us shortly, playing Frey, the Halfling Barbarian of the Beast/Fighter. Rochelle playing Celeste, the Half-Orc Sun Soul Monk. Raymond joining us soon, playing Edmund the Human Alchemist Artificer, and Reese playing Thimbleweed the Gnome Swarmkeeper Ranger.
I just had the biggest burp.
Nice. We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday. Watch all of our D&D sessions here on YouTube. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes, no players allowed live series, Crafting, Icewind every Monday and Thursday. Head on over to our live post-session discussion, Frostside Chat, after our show tonight. You can also listen to all of these live D&D shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. All right, you're also my oldest, Callie.
I'm always here.
Yes.
As an introduction.
It's still summer.
I'm enjoying it.
If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. Patrons get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, participate in monthly DM roundtables, and join in monthly private patron D&D games. Shouts to new patrons, humanoid-sized sphincters, and Stephanie. For our campaign, we use Roll20 for video chat. We use Discord. And for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Music is by Kevin MacLeod. Our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Eric.
Hey!
Birthday! Yay!
There's no...
You know what I want to do on my
else to say
birthday? Play D&D with all of you.
Ooh.
And in no way is
I'm
that sad.
sorry about that.
Aww.
Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Also, I got a new keyboard, which is pretty nice. Shout out to my wife for that. Yeah, it's pretty snazzy.
You already had a pretty nice keyboard. What'd you upgrade to?
It equally nice one that's just less grody.
Oh,
the
yeah.
D key was sticking on my last one. I cleaned it once, like I pried off the key, you know, as you do, and it just never quite went back to 100% after that.
It was never the same again.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
Yeah, but this one has a nice foam thing, and I'm really digging that. Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This episode brought to you by Razer keyboards.
Let's talk more about your keyboard.
Hashtag
This is
sponsored.
Eric's really demonstrating that he's getting older because he's now just talking about how great his keyboard is.
That's right.
Like he's gonna be here for like 10 more minutes, guys, just talking about this keyboard.
It's so convenient, like.
You guys buy new keyboards?
With their carriage destroyed, the Marshals trudged through the tundra toward the signal that had been plaguing Celeste. They discovered the source, a large, tentacled, organic ship lying inert in the snow. As Celeste began approaching with the psi crystal in hand, Frey cut into one of the tentacles. The tentacle writhed as if alive, and multiple eye stalks began protruding from the first and second level decks of the ship. The eyes began firing telekinetic and psychokinetic blasts of energy. With their superior speed, Frey and Celeste ran onto the lowest deck of the ship. Celeste broke through the door while Frey began hacking into the eye mound. At the same time, a large metallic boulder dropped from above and rolled toward Edmund, Vaul Robin, and Thimbleweed, sword-like limbs emerging from its body and whirling around it and keeping the other three occupied. Celeste made it inside the ship and up to the second floor, where she was greeted by a diminutive mind flayer, a gnome seromorph named Dredavex. Dredavex recognized her as test subject number 35 and was pleased to see her return with a psi crystal in hand, the very thing that can fix their downed ship. Celeste recognized the ship and the alien as her abductors. Despite the trauma, she was willing to play along until Frey ragefully climbed up to the second level to take on the second eye stalk mound and question Celeste's motives. Celeste responded by attacking and stunning the alien creature just as he cried out for help from above. Meanwhile, the other three were engaged in a protracted fight with the Gearkeeper construct. Edmund used web and Vaul Robin used slow to hamper its movement and attacks, while Thimbleweed perforated it with arrow after arrow. All the while, they were being blasted by the eye stalks from above, till Frey grabbed them and forced them to attack her, avoiding each one of their psychic blasts, much to the DM's chagrin. Edmund lit up the construct and the eye stalks with an electrified blast of his arm cannon, killing the eye mound and striking Frey. The barbarian gleefully absorbed the energy into her axe and used it to attack the latest threat, a pair of large, worm-like tentacled creatures. When Dredavex awoke, he attempted to mind blast everyone on the ship. Celeste was stunned, but Frey was not. He attempted to flee upstairs to begin the self-destruct sequence on the ship, but that proved fatal, as the not-stunned Frey sliced and diced him, killing him just as he reached the third floor. Second gnome Ceramorph at the helm of the ship witnessed the brutal attack and quickly surrendered to Frey, shutting off what little remained of the ship's defenses. Vorin agreed to cease hostilities and offered the services of his ship in exchange for the Psi Crystal and his life. It was a lot that happened last week, even though it was basically one battle.
Big battle.
Yeah. You all are currently still in the ship. I have moved you all into the helm. And we were still trying to figure out the situation. Edmund still got his polar bear, I guess, which can fit into places. The situation with how you guys want to proceed with this somewhat awkward relationship going forward. But he has essentially agreed to allow the services of his ship in exchange for using the Psi Crystal to repower the ship. And obviously for you all not to kill him because he realizes that he's outnumbered.
So we can let him drive the ship while we just have somebody keep an eye on him. Ooh, can the polar bear keep an eye on him while the rest of us sleep?
Be a good person to keep an eye on.
Gonna wake up, that polar bear's gonna have tentacles.
I think we have to take shifts so that someone's always sort of keeping watch.
Yeah.
Maybe holding like a dagger subtly by our side.
Well, we talked about last time. You wanted to like make sure that we obtained all of the the magic laser gun weaponry on the ship.
Yeah, Heather brought that up.
Yeah. Do we use that to just like, hold them at gunpoint? Be like, just fly the ship. Or are these things usable? I don't even know what these are.
You do not, honestly. They look literally very alien in design. This looks extremely complex. They are not bows. He basically points down to the cargo hold, and you all can either take him with you or go down yourselves. And you look through the different barrels and crates. One of them, very disturbingly, is a barrel full of just pink, gooey liquid. And
does he tell us what that is?
If you ask about, he's
liquefied brains, of course, excellent sustenance.
Oh boy, we're not going to need any of that.
The weapon crate, however, does pique your interest, and that crate contains several what he identifies as laser rifles. And then he has a laser pistol that he carries, and then the one that you killed also had one of those. However, it is going to require some intelligence checks to figure these out.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anybody who basically wants to wield such items. You also find a number of what he identifies as
fragmentation grenades and flashbang grenades.
Ooh, that's promising.
Some grenades. Do we have to
Will those also require some figuring out to use?
They will, yeah. It's not like a stick of dynamite. There's involving little clicky buttons and things, and not as complex, I will say that. The pistols and rifles are going to require several checks. And the checks, first of all, you're going to have to succeed at a certain level just to be able to use it. And then secondly, however good you do is how many shots you're going to be able to fire out of that thing. So you're basically like efficiently tinkering with it, and that's going to end up how many. It's not really bullets; it's energy cell. But
is this a thing that we're going to be doing right now, or a thing that we would be doing like in battle as we try to use the item?
Ooh, your intelligence person showed up.
That's right.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me get you on. Why is that not correct? So yeah, everything. Just tell Raymond real quick what happened, and I'm gonna switch the webcams around.
I inspect the lasers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can inspect the lasers.
Is this a thing that, like, in terms of like how many times we're gonna be able to shoot it? Is that a thing that we're doing right now, or a thing that we're gonna have to be doing like in battle in order to utilize this weaponry?
No, that is something you do initially.
Okay.
To be. Oh wait, this is gonna work better. There we go. It's a one time.
Okay.
One time you have to just make the checks to figure out how to operate it and how many shots you can get out of it, and then from there on you can use it. However, you can't have one person make all the checks and then just hand it to the another person, because you're literally like learning how to operate and use the weapon. How to operate it. Okay. Yeah. Now you can still help each other with various, flash of genius, whatever things you've got, but the person making the rolls is going to be the person who's going to be using the thing. You find a total of so you've got 2 laser pistols, assuming you want to disarm Vorin of his pistol.
Yes.
The dead one has one. 3 laser rifles, and I need someone to roll for how many grenades you find.
Ooh. The D100?
No, it's not a D100. Fuck off.
It's a crate of grenades, right?
Hallelujah. All right. Somebody give me a 1d4 plus 1. That's how many frag grenades, and another 1d4 plus 1 for flash grenades.
Let's go with frag grenades. So 3 frag grenades.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else do the other one.
I'll do it.
Do it. Nice. I knew you could do it. Oh, you're doing the plus 1 too. Okay.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and show you, because I've got the rules written down for these. Pistol and the rifle are pretty similar. So let's look at the pistol for now. A laser pistol is a ranged weapon, uses your dex modifier to attack like all ranged weapons. However, nobody is proficient with a laser weapon, so you don't get to use your proficiency bonus. However, on a hit, the target takes 3d6 radiant damage. In order to understand and operate this weapon, you must succeed on 4 DC 15 intelligence checks. Nat 20 grants advantage on the next success, and 9 or lower grants disadvantage. After 4 checks, you can roll a 1d10 plus 2 for each success beyond the first, which would be a max if you make all 4 checks, 3d10 plus 6, to determine the total number of shots that can be fired using the energy cell. Once that cell is used up, it then becomes non-functional. It has a range of 40/120. And then laser rifle works the exact same, but laser rifle basically does more damage, but has fewer shots and better range, and is two-handed.
I see.
For the grenades,
Don't give.
She'll want one. You know she'll want one.
Yeah.
Everything go boom if you give her a grenade.
In order to understand and operate this weapon of advanced alien technology, you must succeed on a 1 DC 15 intelligence check. 1 success means you can operate any weapon of this type for grenades. A failure means you cannot use it, must try again during the next short or long rest. If you fail by 5 or more, however, the grenade explodes in your face, dealing its damage in a 20-foot radius.
Great.
For the frag grenade, as an action, you can throw the grenade up to 60 feet away. Each creature within 20 feet must make a DC 15 dex save, taking 5d6 piercing damage, or half as much on a successful one. And the flashbang has the exact same rules, except when you throw it, everybody must make a DC, everybody at 20 feet must make a DC 15 con save or become blinded for a minute, and they can repeat the save at the end of their turn.
Nice.
He also mentions, well, he doesn't actually mention this, but you all can obviously poke around the deck and he can't say anything. But you find in a back kind of workshop room where clearly they've been tinkering with things. Where is this? Captain's quarters. There it is. You find a slimy coif and a helmet thing made from a living space slug that looks like it would grant you some kind of mental abilities. Would need to be identified.
Yeah, and you'd have to wear a space slug on your head.
You'd have to wear a space slug on your head.
Even better.
Some kind of symbiotic thing that just like grapples your brain.
Right.
No, it's like
And the other is a sticky metal monocle with a kaleidoscope lens. This one does not require attunement, but would still need to be identified to see what it does.
But the slug thing is like a helmet. Is it armor?
It is not armor.
Waff.
Or you say quaff?
It is
Quaff.
a...
Sounds like a bad word, but I know it's not.
Quaff is what you do with
C-O-I-F?
drinks, don't you? Quaff a drink.
Is it? Do you spell it COIF?
C-O-I-F, yes.
Yeah, that's Google's telling me quaff.
Google.
Why you gotta do this
Quaff.
to me?
Are you gonna do this
Quaff
to
on
me?
my head, please.
Now you're gonna tell me boulets and quaffs. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Or do you quaff on a face?
do what the DM says.
The slug is gonna quaff on your face.
Repeatedly.
Don't shut up.
And that is all the loot that you find in the ship.
I want the slug helmet. I'm sorry, the slug quaff. I
Sure.
need something to attune to now.
That's right. You've lost your.
That's true. Yeah, the Psy Crystal, you lose the attunement, or you gain the attuned slot, I guess.
And you're so used to your psi powers, you want to get some kind of.
Yeah, when you guys rest, we can identify that, but it's a magical item for sure. How do you want to handle all the technology stuff?
Put him on the polar bear. It'll be laser bear.
Mount various.
I want some grenades.
Yeah,
too.
mounts on the shoulders.
Yeah, turn like a mech bear.
What toys were that with dinosaurs?
Dino Riders, they were fucking
Dino Riders?
awesome.
They just mount this laser.
Yes, it was the coolest idea ever. What if a T-Rex, we mounted like a whole like fortress thing on it?
That's right. Just
See,
a
Emmett
bear.
riding
With, like
battle.
mounted ballistas on its shoulders and like buzz saws on its abdomen and shit.
That sounds amazing.
Can improve the design.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try on the guns. I would say if people are going to try on the grenades, they should probably just step away from everybody else. But we're also going to take a long rest here in a little bit, right? We talked about that. I think we talked about that last time.
You tell me. I mean, you can certainly do that. I don't know what your plans are with how much you trust the situation here.
Like Celeste was saying, I think probably going to have to do some form of shifts with this guy. I don't have to sleep much. In fact, I don't think I sleep at all. I just go into my trance. Hasn't come into play, in quite a while, but so outside of those 4 hours while I'm tranced, I can be on watch. Vaul Robin will watch him and write about him.
Yeah.
What was the monocle of? The monocle was what? Like kaleidoscope? Was that what you said?
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope monocle? Okay.
Out of that. Kaleidoscope lens, metal, metallic. Kaleidoscope lens.
Okay. I'm just writing it down. So, okay. And I've also got, before we long rest, I've got one bardic inspiration left. So somebody who wants to give the laser-ing a shot. I don't think you'll need it, Edmund. Your intelligence is Solid.
Are we allowed to dual wield the pistols?
Yes.
One action per.
I'm trying to remember how the duel, because I just did
Well,
it. But yeah, I think I have to use a
the-
bonus action.
you do, yeah, to fire an offhand.
Yeah.
And the downside of dual wielding was always that you don't get your proficiency, but we already don't get our proficiency on these.
Well, I thought it was you don't get your modifier with the damage or something.
Oh,
Isn't
that
that
might
right?
be it. That might be it.
It's been a hot minute since I did that.
Yeah.
I mean, visually it's cool, but
Yeah.
no doubt. Because I had the when I did it with the crossbows, I had that feat. That
Right.
I think specifically gave me something.
Yeah, you crossbow expert, I think is what you had. That, yep. I don't know. But yeah. He could try. He could certainly try.
Mm-hmm.
Vaul Robin will try one of the guns, actually. Or one of the rifles, I suppose. The longer range ones.
Sure. The way I mean, you said no risk, which is true, but the first person who's going to be rolling that stuff, that is going to be the number of shots that you're identifying as basically in this gun.
In this gun. Yeah. So this rifle, I'm establishing like what the gun, how many rounds it has.
Correct.
Yeah. Which I can't really give myself bardic inspiration, or I would. But I can try it. My intelligence is not terrible.
Which means you basically need to succeed on at least 2, or it's not going to have any shots.
Let's see. After 4 checks, 1d8. Oh, beyond the first.
Yeah.
I see. What I see.
One is the first success is like making heads or tails of the damn thing, and then after that, you're basically trying
Okay.
to prime how many shots it's got.
Interesting. So how do we have any things that we can use to
Mhm.
make sure we succeed? Looking at my scrolls and potions now, there's something in here that would help with intelligence checks.
Bless would do wonders.
Bless would do
Or
wonders. I don't
guidance
think.
or any of those.
Yeah. I don't. So maybe somebody else should do it first. And I can give them bardic inspiration to try
I want the rifle.
with the rifle. What's your intelligence modifier right now, though?
A saving throw or
Just I
That's a
think it's
check.
just intelligence check.
That's a check, yeah.
+4?
So it's not quite 50% chance you'll succeed because it's DC 15 check.
Mm-hmm.
Have faith. I mean, what can happen when you fail?
But just the gun's a dud.
Yeah, what I
Yeah.
basically explained to Chris is that you're determining how many shots it's got. So if you fail enough times, it won't have any shots.
Or do I look at each one, or did you say that I can't just do that and hand it to someone else?
The first person who's going to be doing this is determining how many shots it's got. But then the next person will have to still make at least the 2 successes to be able to fire it.
2 successes? Not sure. It's 4 DC 15 intelligence checks, correct?
Yes.
So should I just start clicking away?
Look away.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you some bardic inspiration before you start, Edmund.
And we haven't. We are resting, or we have not rested yet.
I don't think we've
Not
rested
yet.
yet.
Okay.
I will speak some words of your uncanny mind and its ability to decipher these alien devices.
All right. Let me examine this.
First roll, everyone, was a nat 1. So that
I
does
get
grant you
disadvantage.
disadvantage on the next one because you rolled lower than a 10.
Well, here's a thing on the rules. Is that before or after? Well, I guess bardic inspiration. It's not going to matter. He's not going to be able to succeed on this, even if I.
I mean, I would let you apply whatever you want, and we can come up with a final number. But yeah, this
Yeah.
seems pretty low.
Edmund's looking at it, he like drops it. Whoops.
It fires a
Great.
blast into the ship. So that's how that works.
I was checking the recoil against the ground. All right, this ain't looking good.
6 is not looking so good.
That would have been all right if
Yeah.
you didn't have disadvantage.
I still have disadvantage though.
Yes, you do.
Is that right?
Yeah, because he rolled less.
I
Out of
got
10.
6. It's still disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
So
Success.
now you have advantage, right, on the next
You
roll?
need a nat
No,
20 to get advantage. Yeah.
Nat-
Oh, not 20.
It's a
Okay.
crit. Yeah. So now you understand it, but you need to make a 15 or higher, or it's got no shots in it.
Wait. Well, I thought. Wait, I'm confused. It says 4 intelligence checks.
Yep. You've done 3. You made 1 success. You need 1 more because you need a success
Oh, I
beyond the
see.
first to start
Yeah.
getting shots. Yeah.
Oh, so I can only roll for shots just once then, huh? If
Well,
I
no, each
succeed.
one of these is rolling for shot. Yeah, you're basically just haven't succeeded enough times.
Yeah, but the first success, which is this one, does not count for shots.
Does not count for shots. That is correct.
Oh my goodness. Seems to be a dud.
Might be.
No, that's all right.
Got it. All right, so you have figured out how to operate this weapon. You've determined there are 1d8 plus 1 shots in this particular laser rifle. Well, laser rifle A.
6 shots.
No, it's too obvious. Laser rifle Alpha. Laser rifle 1. Yes,
So no matter who uses this, it's going to have 6 shots.
that is correct.
And then you said you had to roll to actually use it, though?
Yes.
What do you have to roll?
What you just rolled. I mean, the idea
Can you,
is...
try, can you try that one again? To use it?
Like you have to roll 4 times again to use it?
No. Now you can operate this weapon with 6 shots. The thing I wanted to make sure that didn't happen is you give it to somebody else and they're like, oh, well, I found more shots because they're rolling, more checks. So I wanted to lock the number of bullets in there.
Gotcha. So this one's locked at 6, but I can hand it to, Vaul Robin. He had 6 shots. He can just use it.
He would still need to make a check to be able to use it. To be able to understand it. He would have to make 1 check to be able to understand and use it because there's already the shots in there.
But I don't.
And that's the one you say you could repeat it on your next long rest or something like that, right?
Yeah, I meant to put that in there. I'll put it in there for the grenades,
okay.
but if you
That's
if
another
you
grenade.
fail, you'd have to wait until the next rest to do it.
I see.
So should I pick up the next rifle and look at that?
I mean, you're the best person to do this, so I guess, in terms of like establishing the number of shots that are in these, and then at that point we can try to understand them later on. So I think so.
Okay, well, let me do this real quick then. All right. So
Gonna
number 1.
need a montage.
That's right.
Listen. 9.
Use your bardic inspiration there. That's a good one.
And what was that? 1d8.
1d8.
My flash of genius will bring it up to a 15, but I
Or
need
use
to
that.
I need to be surpassed 15, right?
15 will do it.
Oh, well, maybe I'll use my flash of genius for this one.
Sure.
All right. That's my last flash of genius.
Ooh.
All right. That's 1 success.
Yep, 1 success.
So
Oof, that's a brutal fail.
It's not gonna do it.
It's a disadvantage on the next one. Oh boy. Another fail and a success. So you got the same thing as last time. 2 of the 4 successes.
Another 1d8.
Another 1d8 plus 1.
Whoops.
Uh,
So 4 shots in that one.
yes.
Did I do that right?
I think so.
What does the exclamation mark do? Whoa.
I think it's exploding dice, or that says, "Hey, if you roll this
Oh.
one, you roll another one."
Which you happen to roll the
You happen
traits
to
in a row.
roll 3. Yeah.
Confused with. Sorry. Can I just re-roll it? I don't know what the exclamation mark does.
It means exploding dice. So that means, for some reason, the way you typed it, it says, "Hey, if I roll the top number, keep rolling again until I stop doing that." So you can take the
Oh.
first roll.
So it's 4 shots then.
Correct.
Oh man. All right.
Somebody else could make a stab at it, but
Anybody want to make a stab?
But if we fuck up, we're gonna fuck up the gun. So I don't want to, right?
I mean,
I'm on the verge of fucking it up too.
Well, I think. I mean,
Still
I've got a 2. I don't know what anybody else has.
I have the intelligence of a brick.
a smart
well,
brick.
That one's got 4 shots then.
A
All
brick
right, let me pick up the
graduated
3rd
brick
rifle
kindergarten.
and look at it. All
15 is a
1
success. Yep.
Not a success.
Not quite, but you've got Bardic.
Yeah.
That's true. So that's a D8.
Yeah.
Yep. D8.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's
Alright, 2
So that one was a
successes.
Success.
not a success.
No.
No. Hey, all right, you got 3 to 4 that time.
2D8 on that one.
2d8 plus 2 for how many shots that one's got.
15 shots in that. That was a
15
good
shots.
roll.
Wow,
That was
that's
a
a
good
good
roll.
rifle.
Yeah. You figured it out now.
Yeah.
Okay, so pistol, same thing, right?
It's the same checks. It's just that the potential for more shots with a pistol.
Okay, so pistol number 1.
Chris, I assume you're writing these down about
I'm writing these down.
Okay,
I am
thank God,
indeed.
because I'm not keeping track of this at all.
1 success.
Yep.
Not a success. 2 success.
There you go.
So 2d10 plus 4.
Correct.
All right, 16 shots in that one.
16 shots in
All
pistol
right,
1.
second pistol. Oh, damn, so close.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it
there
is.
you
There
go.
it is. That counts as the CRT.
That's number 2, and I get advantage.
And you get advantage on the next one. Correct.
Ah, wasted. That's number 3 and number 4. Oh man.
Oh, it
So
started
1d.
off so good. The law of averages
Yeah.
caught up to you. So only 1d10. Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, 4 shots in that pistol.
This is the gamut.
Yep.
That's the one that we give to the monster thing.
That's right. Here's your gun back.
Yep.
It's the one that doesn't work.
We tell them it's got 10 shots.
Yep. So this is completely finite. There is no way to recharge these. That is just how many shots they've got. But those are the stats. You use your dex modifier, not your proficiency bonus. The rifles do 3d8 radiant damage. The pistol does 3d6 radiant damage. And then those are all the shots we've got with all those weapons. And you got the grenades too.
Oh.
Yes, but the grenades. You said that we don't have to check if those work or not. That's just the do you understand them or not checks.
Right, yeah, you have to make that one check, and then anybody who's going to wield a grenade needs to succeed on a check to use it.
Well, since we're gonna rest, we should all just try now and see if we can understand these things before we long rest.
Wait, so the grenade, we have to succeed on a check now just to have it in our inventory?
No, but if you ever want to use it, you'll need to succeed on a check to be able to wield it. But not
So you get-
not to use it every time. Just one person has to succeed on one check, and then you can use all grenades from then on. It's not per use, but you do have to succeed on make one success to be able to use them at all.
I see.
We should all roll
Okay.
now, and then you keep track of who succeeds and who doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will say the grenades do have a bit of a risk involved.
That's true. Yes. But Robin, well, I guess okay. And the guns and the rifles or the guns and the grenades are separate checks that we're doing. too,
Correct.
right?
Yes. So anybody who wants to use and the gun and the rifle, you can use the same check for it.
Okay.
Besides Edmund, who wants to use one of these, will need to succeed on a intelligence check, and you can retry it on a rest.
Okay. But Robin will walk up behind what Edmund was doing and just try to emulate what he was doing with the guns. See if he can just
Nod and
yes,
I mean,
indeed.
look at the grenade, and then you look at it after me, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Role playing purposes. Well, I failed that.
And I failed mine. I did not understand the gun.
A lot of head scratching.
Yep.
I did not understand the grenades.
Mm-hmm. At least it didn't blow up though.
Yeah.
You got close. Anybody else want to try for any tech weapons?
Not very intellectual.
Don't worry. And on our next long rest, I'll write some stories about how good we are at understanding alien
Everybody's
technology.
getting bardic inspiration.
So lies. You will write lies.
We'll write lies.
It's Galaxy Quest, like, oh, lies, deception. That's what it is. Yeah, if you guys want a long rest, let me know how that's going to play out on this alien ship. And what else you want to tell this creature in terms of what your plans are.
Let's see. There we go. Let's read this. 4 hours. Okay, so outside of 4 hours, Vaul Robin can be on watch. And even during those 4 hours, like I guess I'm still technically conscious of the world.
Feels everything.
That's right. I'm just meditating quietly during those 4 hours. So So, I assume we could probably just time it to where, like, I don't know, how the long rest is 8 hours.
Yes.
All right, like somebody does it. I don't know. What would that be? Somebody starts their. So we need 12 hours total, right? Because I could start my trance, and I could, and somebody else would have to be on watch for those first 4 hours, and then they'd start their long rest after the 4 hours are up.
Oh boy. So you're gonna make everybody else wait another 4 hours into the day, or however it's gonna work out with the
Yeah,
time.
we can. They can play with the guns in the morning. Try to figure out how to operate alien guns. We'll do some target practice.
I assume you guys brought bedrolls and stuff from the wagon because there is no regular sleeping accommodations here. You notice there are like tanks of like bubbling liquid, and he mentions the fact that that's where he chills out. And otherwise,
There's
you're
no, bed slugs.
yeah, there's some bed slugs. You just insert right into your brain, and it just you're pinned to the wall. Great feeling all around. Put a little coin in there and it vibrates.
I mean, let's assume that what wasn't destroyed in that terrible wagon explosion we brought with us, because we would need it.
R.I.P. Genocider.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Lost to us.
But just keep. I mean, we got somewhere to go, right?
Right. Yeah.
He's the one
That was
driving
my
the
other
ship.
question. Is like, are you letting him just pilot to your next destination and be like, all right, put it on, set it for the course here, or because he is very concerned about staying grounded. You mentioned the fact that the ship is not designed to stay here in this kind of weather, and it's been very bad. He even asks, he notices Edmund looking at the guns and weapons and not just, like a monkey bashing him against the crate or something. And he even asks Edmund to come over and like help him look at some life support systems and try to repair some of the ship. But the psi crystal will get the propulsion going, and that'll get them airborne again. So he's anxious to get this thing up and moving.
Yeah, out of where it currently is.
Yep.
Yeah, and where are we going? We decided last time. I don't remember. It was to the Goliaths.
Yeah, checking up on your Goliath friend who invited you all to hang out. His people. He previously he was the guy that you all found at Sunblight, along with Valin, and he ended up accompanying you all throughout the entire Dragon Attack event. He was with you guys for that, and I believe he was actually there during the big boss fight against the Chardelin Dragon.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, during that couple days you guys spent in downtime, he had left to go back to his people, but he invited you all to come and visit.
All right. So and during that time, I suppose we'll have this little Ceramorph man fly the ship to
Vorin.
to where we. What's his name?
Vorin.
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 I don't know what you're saying that I'm not.
This is like spitting a lot.
Vorin.
I'll have you know that the person who had your job before you was quite dear to us all. You have big shoes to fill, my boy.
You mean Dredovac? You killed him.
No, there was a small goblin woman who drove our carriage before. You're her replacement.
Goblins. Their brains are surprisingly delicious.
I'm sure she would be fascinated to hear that. You're not going to eat any of our brains, are you? We are, after all, your passengers now. I'm not sure what the word is for like somebody who's.
He also doesn't have a word for that, I would say. He has captives, he has subjects, he has experiments, but passengers.
What are you when you have a driver? What is your title? Your role in that?
When you
Driver.
have a driver,
When you have a
A
driver, yeah.
chauffeur.
Well, he's a chauffeur, but what would we be called in that scenario?
passenger.
The passenger,
I think passenger is appropriate. You're carriage riders.
Well, while we are your passengers and you are our driver, I entrust there will be no attempted brain eating or what have you. Should you require sustenance, I assume that crate full of pink slime downstairs will suffice until you are relieved of duty.
I mean, it'll last a little bit, but it won't last forever.
Well, your service with us won't last forever either. Presumably, you will go free, perhaps, at some point. And then you may do whatever you need to do for sustenance.
All right.
And assuming you guys don't have any other queries, he jams the psi crystal into the propulsion system downstairs, comes back up, gets on the helmet,
Hold on to your butts. Your sphincters.
and then kind of plugs his claws right into the organic, gooey dashboard, and you feel a sudden lurch as the entire thing rises into the air. And you can, I don't know if you have a map or you could just kind of tell him what direction to go in, and this thing cruises obviously far faster than you guys could do, even in your reindeer-pulled wagon.
Yeah, we have a map. I don't know if that's a solid aerial map for aerial travel. Oh, James, I missed. That was a perfect opportunity. I should. In fact, I'm going to do it. Robin's going to grab him and say, "Look at me, son. Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now."
I was having that concern, but just not voicing it out loud. That I don't know how we know he's taking us, but we're asking him to take us.
I mean, yeah.
We have no navigational skills up here.
No, you have no idea.
We have a land map, but that I assume has been guiding us where we need to go. But
in the fact 4, here we go.
Yeah. Are we going into space?
It's getting awful thin up here. Sleep now. For now, he seems to be pretty on the level, though. He doesn't, even though he's got some terrifying ways, he hasn't actually been very manipulative with you. He's been pretty earnest and honest in all of his things. It's just that he clearly has no remorse or empathy for anything that he's been doing.
For brain eating?
For brain eating, yeah. And capturing people and whatnots. But if you think you can handle shifts, I mean, it's only... You all would have to wait several hours before you would be able to long rest, because you had long rested in the town, you traveled for a couple hours, and then you took a couple hours to get to Id Ascendant, we had the battle and everything, so it's probably like, afternoon. So if you want, you can chill, and then by the time you would arrive, I could put you back on the map, to our destination, would be the time that you could technically long rest, or you could short rest and just get going. But it is not going to take you very long to arrive to the Goliath encampment. And from what Kapunuk told you, this area is inside of the mountain, so it's not actually accessible from your ship in the sky. But you think the ship could presumably set you guys down pretty close.
Okay. I mean, if we can get away with the long rest, we should long rest, I think. But I mean, is there any? I mean, I don't know. In terms of need, what things come back on a short rest that don't come back in a long, or the other way around, stuff comes back in a long rest that doesn't come back in a short rest. I don't really have anything, but
Health.
Yeah. Or how are you doing? I don't know.
I drank 2 potions last time.
Basically, how comfortable do you feel like sleeping on this alien ship without any kind of human sleeping arrangements, I guess?
Extremely comfortable.
Keep an eye.
Something worse.
Give me a sleeping slug and I'll be good.
I have an exhaustion level.
Mm.
I would love to.
Oh, that's actually a really good
not-
reason to try to
I
rest.
would love to
Yeah.
not have any more.
That's true.
Which now makes sense why you didn't even want to try on those guns. You just would have probably
Yeah.
stabbed yourself with the gun.
Yeah, stab myself with a gun.
How did I do this?
How bad it would have been.
Oh no.
I found the one sharp edge on this gun.
Self-inflicted stab shot wound.
That's right.
Mistakes were made.
Well, the ship is fast. We could go back and visit Blista.
Pick up some other shipment. Just that's the delivery now.
That's right.
You know, see how she's doing.
Is the ship fast enough that we can kind of travel that way? Like just sort of zip between.
It's
Towns?
fast, not like jet speed. It's designed for abducting people and not necessarily for zipping
It's
around
squid speed.
too fast. But Vorin suggests to stay. He actually does say we generally stay away from civilized areas to avoid suspicion and altercations and that kind of thing. You'd be surprised how upset people get when they see this ship flying through the air.
I don't think I would actually.
Well, let's just have him go somewhere comfortable and just long rest in that case.
Yeah. Find a good place to sit down for a little while. Or
Alright.
I guess near the mountain since we're going to. That's where we're going anyway. We're gonna have to get out when we get there.
Yes, you will. Yeah, like I said, it's not. It is in a. From what Kapunuk said, the camp, which the directions can point you very close, but it is in a cave inside the mountain, so it would have to just set you
Mhm.
down on the side of the mountain, I guess.
Which is a side note. We're gonna have to bring him with us, aren't we? Like, there's well, or we could take the Psy Crystal with
Take a
us.
Psy Crystal.
Yeah.
We could bring him at laser point.
Leave with the keys.
That's right.
Or bring him with us.
Yeah, I think those are the only two real options. Either take the Psy Crystal with us or take him with us.
I mean, we've tied people up and dragged them along before, so
Yes, we have.
For much less than this. Yeah, that was gonna be another pertinent question to go over.
But does he get to keep all his fingers?
Ray hasn't been here to say otherwise.
I say we long rest.
No.
Because that's how he steers a ship. So
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
just,
That would make things challenging.
Fine.
I'm sure we could figure it out. Vaul Robin, quick, jam your fingers in there.
So when can
There are
I
more sized fingers.
investigate? When can I investigate the slug, the squid, the slug quaff?
It sounds like you guys are long resting right now.
We're excited
Are we,
about that.
are we long resting now? Okay.
We are.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
they're
Let's
doing
do it.
some method. So right now, you basically
Uh-huh.
arrive at your destination, and then you say, "Okay, we're gonna long rest now." And you're doing some method where most of you rest, except for Vaul Robin, I think, and then he does his trance afterwards or something.
I'll do my trance at the beginning. Let everybody start their rest.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, that would require somebody. Yeah.
Just so
I mean,
somebody's always
technically,
watching.
the trance is technically. I'm still conscious during the trance, so it would just be a matter of, can I, if-
Semi-conscious.
yeah, if he does start to do something, if he sneaks up on me or something, I won't too hot at that.
He seems
but-
very interested in just examining you all as much as he can. Every time you're like not looking, he's got the equivalent of like a measuring tape out or little doctor's, I don't know, doctor equipment, but the one that looks in the ears and the heartbeat thing and
Well, then here's what Vaul
the
Robin will do.
spatula and all the
Yeah. Or often we'll flavor this as some sort of like some kind of like cultural trade where he's like writing things about the Ceramorph in his book, and he's asking the Ceramorph questions and answering the Ceramorph's questions while everybody else is resting, while everybody else is laid down.
Okay.
And then,
busy.
and then at some point he goes like, if you don't mind, my boy, I'm just going to sit back here and watch you work for about 4 hours. Is that all right with you?
Finally, an appreciation for what we do. People get so upset when they see us and they see the work that we do. We're trying to elevate this whole place
Well, I am a documentarian, my boy. I am not here to lay moral judgments on your action one way or the other.
Thought you were some kind of elf creature.
Well, yes, professionally, I am a writer.
Professional elf.
I'm a professional
elf.
elf. I'm a professional elfman.
Elfman.
Yeah, and then he'll just sort of sit in the back of the bridge and go into his trance,
Okay.
keeping as much of an eye on this.
That
thing as
seems
he
pretty
can.
effective in terms of distracting him. And then the rest of you can just kind of, outnumber him. And then you guys are basically just hovering kind of around this area at this point. All right, so the Space Slug helmet. This is the default image, so this image is not what it looks like, but
Ooh.
is a helm of telepathy. So picture this, but a living space slug kind of wraps around your head. While wearing this helmet, it does require attunement. You can use an action to cast the Detect Thoughts spell from it. As long as you maintain concentration on the spell, you can use a bonus action to send a telepathic message to a creature you are focused on. It can reply using a bonus action to do so while your focus on it continues. Also, while focusing on a creature with Detect Thoughts, you can use an action to cast Suggestion on it. Once used, the Suggestion property can't be used until the next day. So I think it's at will Detect Thoughts, and then once per day Suggestion if you're targeting them with Detect Thoughts, which are both spells that you can find in the compendium.
I will attune to that, unless anybody else feels strongly about wanting it. I think you guys are mostly full up.
As long as you don't read my thoughts between 6 and 8 p.m.
That's Thimbleweed's time.
Private time. You don't. No thought reading.
Right.
Any other time.
Time. My thoughts are clear.
We'll move telepathy. All right, so now you wrap that.
Just imagine Thimbleweed like setting a timer for like 2 hours. Like, all right, my time starts now. Let's go.
Just has a giant groan on his face for the whole time. All right, the other item, which is the metal sticky kaleidoscope lens, is Eyes of Minute Seeing. These do not require attunement. While wearing them, you can see much better than normal out to a range of 1 foot. You have advantage on investigation checks that rely on sight while searching an area or studying an object within range.
Edmund, would you like this? It seems like something that's up your alley.
I had to be within a foot of the item. Is that what you're saying?
I don't get that close to things. Yeah, it looks like it. It sounds like it's like a a monocle version of a microscope. You're like it helps you investigate things at close range.
Monoscope.
Monoscope.
A
Or they're
micro
just, like,
monoscope.
The reading glasses, essentially.
The reading glasses.
Yeah, basically.
You've given us reading
Cool.
glasses.
When I think reading glasses, I think Edmund.
That's right.
I think cool.
I mean, I'll take them. I'll. My eyesight is getting a little poor.
Bifocals. I've got trifocals.
It's a downside of being a human, I suppose. Vision gets poor.
One day I'll be all mechanical.
Yeah.
Let's shed this weak body.
Mortal coil. Yep, so you guys enjoy a long rest. It's very uncomfortable.
Sorry,
Odd.
how do I long rest?
Your token's on the far left side of the screen.
Far left side. There they are.
Yeah.
Never scrolled far enough over. Thank you.
Long rest. I guess I was actually used up some spells, so yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's very. There's a constant like squishing, belching, echoing sounds coming from all around the ship. It's almost like being inside of a creature like the whole time. It's just
How moist is this ship?
it's
Right?
perma moist. Yeah, it's the humidity. You could just carry around cigars and they would be kept fresh, so fresh.
That's what I think about.
The food produces never before seen by a humidor. It just opens it up and it's like, man, my cigars are gonna be so fresh.
Then his like timer goes off. Whips one. Ah, yeah.
2 hours starts now, and then a no smoking sign appears on the ship.
Oh.
All right. After resting and divvying up your loot, I don't know what the situation with the tech stuff was. If you guys wanted to try that again.
Now that we've long rested, I've got
Yeah.
inspirations to hand out. Edmund, I assume, has already. Well, no, he actually failed his grenade one, didn't he?
Yes.
Do we get
Currently,
points?
Edmund is the only one that can operate the guns. Nobody can operate the grenades.
Okay.
And I think that's where we left off.
Whoever wants to
Are we
give it a
going?
shot, I will give a bardic inspiration to.
How's your
Yeah.
intelligence, Frey?
You only need to make one check because Edmund already made all the checks for the shots.
Ray, we have to use our intelligence to figure out how to use laser guns and grenades.
Oh, my
But
intelligence modifier is only a -1. I thought it was a -2. So
Mm.
Mine is only a +1, so I'm just.
-1.
Wait, can
Well,
Edmund try again?
Well, Robin said he's willing to hand out that bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Though.
I think what the rules said is that if we fail, we can't try until the next short rest.
Oh, okay. I can try. Wait, what am
Okay.
I trying for? A grenade?
Depends on which one you want to use.
Well, has drawn a diagram, even though he doesn't understand the guns himself. He's drawn a diagram of the guns, and he's like shown them to each of you in turn. Like, I believe this is how you operate these things, and therefore giving you bardic inspiration.
Intelligence check, right?
Yes.
What do I need?
It is a 15.
And you have to do. Oh boy, my bardic inspiration is not going to help you with that.
Yeah,
But-
but for a grenade, it's gonna go off, right?
That is true.
Oh shit. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
5 chances.
You might want to use the bardic inspiration unless you want
just
the grenade
throw
to
in the moistest thing you can find.
Oh shit! Look at that. That's a 15.
Wow!
That is a straight up. That is a 15.
Feeling inspired.
You get 5 tries though, right?
For
Fine.
what?
Oh, I see. If you fail by 5 or more. Sorry, I missed
Right. Yeah.
For
That failed. That failed it.
Oh, what did I get? I didn't even pay attention to that.
You had like
I
a
think
10 or
you got-
11.
Yeah.
11.
You guys were close.
All right,
Wait.
so
Oh, Robin got a 10. Oh, he was looking at the guns.
Yeah. I never tried the grenades. Yes.
all right,
That's
so Celeste, you can now use any grenades that you want. Which hopefully, Chris, you wrote down how many.
I did write down how many there are. I got to scroll all the way up.
See if I can break the DM.
Actually, I didn't write down the number of grenades there were. Oh, yes, I did.
Oh,
Yes, I did.
is it-
Hold on.
Yeah, it was in there.
Yes,
Just higher-
Han, welcome
higher,
back
higher,
to
higher.
the stream. We've got a lot of alien tech weapons that we are looting from the ship.
There are 3 frag grenades and 4 flash
and
grenades.
4 flash grenades.
Edmund's gonna take a grenade again and put on some glasses.
Can I back up to more than like 20 feet away? From Edmund?
If you specifically tell me you do that, then yes.
I'm
You
doing
can-
that.
Do I get to use my glasses on this grenade?
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
I
put the
don't need it.
glasses on the grenade.
I'll allow it.
That's a
Yeah.
Horrible.
Little hat.
it's very cute. Yeah.
I'm a little afraid, but
Oh, wow.
I'll take your. Oh my god, do I take your bardic inspiration? How many do you have to give out?
5, but I get them back under short rest, so I won't have any for a little while. But
All right, I'll take it because this could mess up. But
yeah,
1.
oh,
Oh,
you want to use that?
yeah, I kind of want to know how to use a grenade, so
Yeah.
I need a 4 more, huh? 50-50 chance.
Yep.
Oh, good thing I had those glasses on.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Hey,
Wow. The bardic inspiration would work right now.
I'm gonna use them all up, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean, do we honestly want Frey to have access to another
Yes.
projectile?
I mean, Frey knows how to use explosives.
Yeah.
She's
You would
got the
think that would
experience.
give me like an automatic like advantage on that because I do have experience with dangerous candles.
These are far more advanced.
And then we'll back away 20 feet away from you.
Right.
Everybody
Whoever's
That's
gonna
probably
try next.
a safe bet.
clears the way.
I want to learn how to use a gun.
That would also only a single intelligence
yeah.
check for that one as well.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
yeah.
give Frey a gun.
At least
I'll
one
get, yeah,
coordinate
but I'll
base.
do the same thing with Frey. Some words and some diagrams, and I think we figured it out, my dear. You put your finger on this button, and then you turn this dial.
And you do the hokey pokey.
That's right.
Turn yourself
Imagine
around.
Frey getting the gun and just jumping in the middle of a group of people and just bashing them with the gun.
Basically.
Just swinging it wildly.
It's an intelligence check, right? Not a saving
Mhm.
throw.
Is this for the gun or the grenade?
Gun.
Okay.
Oh,
Damn,
shit, look at
this
that.
freaking barbarian with the
With the intelligence
intelligence.
checks.
It is maddening. It is.
As Vaul Robin is like saying, you put your finger here. Frey's like just like cocking the gun, pulling it back, and
Just already disassembled and reassembled.
This is what's his name? Trying to show Ripley how to use the gun in Aliens.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Oh my god, it's a weapon of war, so of course Frey's like, yeah, we got this.
Yep.
All right,
Well,
Frey.
Frey, you still got a bardic inspiration, so go for the grenades.
Yeah.
all right. Why not?
Oh,
She's just like, I've handled one of these before. Wait, really?
Oh,
You care to elaborate? No.
Ooh. This one might be a bit problematic.
well, I have two things I can do.
Yes.
I can use one of my special dice, and I can use the bardic inspiration.
Yes.
If I can get it to at least less than 5, that's what I'm really going for.
You need to be a 10 or higher because it's a DC 15. It says if you fail by
Yeah.
5 or more. So.
Yeah, so the bardic inspiration's a D8, right?
Yeah.
Yes, D8.
God
All right.
damn, these bardic inspirations! All 3 of them have been fucking clutch. Clutch.
I've written an instruction manual, and there's a little pamphlet that I've set next to the guns and the grenades.
Somehow, yeah, you're so inspiring when it deal with the monotonous task of examining.
And now I'm going to use
Technology.
one of my special dice, which this could either be good or
Is there a
really, really bad.
12 right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
then we have a bunch of new rifles and grenades we can just hurl at you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first
And
start
that is how
blasting.
all these things get used.
Some
up.
of you do. Yeah. That works.
Oh,
What on earth? All right, everybody. She rolled max bardic inspiration and maximum on her special dice, her fray dice,
It's now got a
turning a
grenade in one hand and a gun in the other.
turning a 4 into an 18. Yeah.
Yep. That's
Now
it. You know
now
how to
you
use
can
guns
wield-
and grenades.
You know how to use guns and grenades. Yep. It is now guns and grenades, not Dungeons and Dragons.
Mhm.
Do you remember how many we had of grenades, Chris?
Yeah, 3 frags and 4 flashes.
Okay. So right now, you and Celeste, I don't remember if Edmund, did you roll the grenade check?
Yeah, I did.
And you failed it or made it?
No, I had to use my bardic inspiration, but I got it.
All right. So between the 3 of you, you guys can all use grenades. You have to divide them up however you want. And then right now, Frey and Edmund are, I think, the only ones that can use the guns. Unless somebody else wants to try the intelligence check.
Thimbleweed, you want to get in there?
I'm still so afraid.
Well, Robin will give you a pamphlet.
It's
What's in the pamphlet?
apparently instruction manual on how to everything you want
That's
to know
right.
about these guns.
Oh.
Fine. Hey, well, yeah, that's not good.
What do these diagrams mean?
Let's shoot
What's
your
coming
eye
out
out.
of the stick?
Yeah, you can try the D8. See if the. Well, I mean,
You
yeah,
can't turn a 5 into a.
That's true. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
He doesn't have
Yeah.
the numbers, man. He doesn't have the numbers.
The numbers don't add up.
Yeah. But you can try on your
Well,
next
yeah, you can try for the grenades
rest,
and
or yeah.
use the bardic inspiration on that.
It's an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I stepped 20 feet away from Thimbleweed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I see Edmund backing up, and I'm going to back up too.
I'm the intelligence roll magnet.
Do you
Bad
want
one.
to? Do you want to use that bardic inspiration
I'm
there?
far away.
No, I'm okay.
All right. Well, we didn't say which one you were inspecting, so you're gonna roll a 1d2 to determine if it was a flashbang grenade or a frag grenade that you did that just blew up in your face.
Oh, great.
1 is flash and 2 is frag. So flashbang goes off, so just well, you're not gonna make it do the same things around combat, but It blinds you and just this blinding white light all around you. Brings tears to your eyes.
Technology!
And now you have one fewer flashbang.
One fewer
grenade.
flashbang.
Give me another.
I'm going back in.
I think we have 3 of each now.
You have 3 of each now.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe just disperse it amongst Celeste, Frey, and myself then.
Yeah.
One
Each
each.
get 1 of each. Yeah.
What are
Okay.
you saying?
So each of you get 1 flash, 1 frag grenade.
And Vaul Robin will try to understand the guns again.
So
Without.
inspiring for others.
Yeah, but. in
Frey is
practice-
literally like sitting next to him, showing him all of the things.
Nat one. And yet, when he tries to understand it himself, he feels not inspired. You did this. I think that was the same roll you did yesterday, technically on the long rest ago.
Yes.
Was a nat 1.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's so it's not really a matter of understanding. It's like the coordination of like how to hold it and like where your fingers go. It's just too foreign for Vaul Robin. So you can write about it all day, but in practice, he just can never do it.
You can teach others, but you cannot actually
Yeah,
perform.
those you cannot do teach.
You teach a lot.
Does Frey want the 2 pistols and now hold on to the 3 rifles, I guess?
Does it all do the same damage?
Rifles do more damage and have longer range, and the pistols do less damage, have shorter range, but the shots are different on each of them because it was whatever Edmund rolled earlier in the session for shots. How many bullets they've got, and once those bullets are out, then the weapon is done. And you do not get your proficiency bonus when rolling for attack rolls. It's only your dex modifier.
There's the info on the guns again.
About the same. 25 rifle, 20 on the pistols.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the pistols.
I still like the idea of Edmund having like the rifles like mounted on the bear to like just he's just pulling them out of like holsters in the bear.
Can I get the stat stuff for the pistols? Like
Yeah, I can share it again.
We don't know if I have a polar bear this time.
Wait, I got it. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. It's been a day. The polar bears, yeah.
Here's a dawn, so
Oh, yeah.
he can pull out his
That makes
bag
sense.
and throw out with the DM's new table button here. A saber-tooth
You
tiger.
asshole! You've gotten every awesome thing out of that. You're cheating, I think, somehow. He's
you
peeking
made
the
the
bag, and he's like, yeah.
It looks like a saber-tooth
He
tiger.
hasn't. Every single thing has been on the top half of the things that he can get.
Yep.
Incredible.
I feel like you can still mount laser rifles on a saber-tooth tiger.
You can. Imagine how cool that is.
That would be very cool.
That was weird. Like, oh well, it's no polar bear, but I guess you could still mount it on a saber-tooth tiger.
You can still mount it.
All right. So after much time spent looking over laser rifles and grenades, you all finally can approach the Goliath camp of Wyrmdoom Crag. How do you want to deal with the leaving the ship situation?
So we determine there's only 2 options. We take the alien gnome with us, or we take the psi crystal with us and leave him stranded.
Take the psi crystal.
He doesn't like either of these plans.
Yeah,
You
just
could,
take the.
well, of course, my boy, you could come with us willingly, and that would solve our problem entirely. If you would like to do that.
There needs to be make sure he stays alive and no one I feel like he's just gonna be safer in the ship.
I agree. I should stay in this ship.
All right, well, we'll be taking this then, my boy. We'll be back shortly, and we will continue our journey.
I can't stand the air without that.
We stood it for at least days prior. We won't be gone days.
It's
We'll be
terrible.
gone
It
hours.
gets so cold.
There's bears.
My
Bears are with
God.
us. The bears are with us.
Would you
Yeah.
like some cheese with that wine, sir?
And cats. And giant cats. They just come out of nowhere.
Is the body of his friend still there? Frey will toss that to him and say, "Here, use this as a blanket."
You just have left that body there for like 12 hours.
I mean, I'm definitely
Okay,
eating
it's
his
in
brain.
there.
If nobody else wants his brains, I'm gonna eat his brains. They're gonna go bad.
Yes, well, you keep yourself busy with that.
Wait, so what did we decide to do?
I think you're taking
Psy
the
crystal.
Psy Crystal, yeah. Which you can, but you don't get any effects from it with nobody attuning to it.
Yeah. I'm just pocketing it so
Yep.
that the ship can't fly away.
So he parks it in a back alley somewhere that's hidden on the other side of the mountain or something.
Right.
Tries to be as gentle as possible and looks extremely worried about, like, you better come back with that thing.
Listen, your fate is tied with ours. If we die on this mountain, you're going to die. I'm not going to lie to you.
Ah,
Was
Someone
that
else will-
reassuring?
Somebody else will play the fight, Crystal.
All right. From the directions left by Kapunuk, you come across fresh tracks in the snow that lead to the Goliath settlement of Wyrmdoom Crag on the northern slope of Soaring Mountain. Following these tracks leads you to a cave outside which the bones of a dragon lie half buried in the snow. Past these remains, torchlight flickers in a pair of tunnels that burrow into the mountain leading west and south. East of the dragon's bones, rough-hewn steps climb to a 20-foot-high open-air arena. Sounds of yelling and shouting can be heard.
Mind that, I was just checking to make sure it worked.
Good yelling and shouting or bad yelling and shouting?
Roll a perception check.
Perception.
Hard to tell. It sounds like quite a few people shouting very heartily. It
I'm fascinated by the dragon.
almost sounds like it could be sounds of battle, or sounds of an argument, or shouts of jubilation. You're really not sure. Thimbleweed. Or you're pretty sure it is sounds of excited cheering and yelling, like in a crowd.
It's the crit count, doesn't it?
Yes, that do.
I hear cheering.
You know, we rolled so many skill checks in this session, and only 2 so far.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's some monkey knife fighting up ahead. Let's go!
I love a good monkey knife fight.
Do they tie the knives to the monkeys? How does that work? Or are they trained monkeys with knives?
You guys are about to bring laser
Prepare
rifles
to be amazed.
to a knife fight.
All right, let's go.
Monkey knife fighting.
Does the dragon look like it still has teeth inside of it?
No, actually, it looks like they've been fried off.
They're all.
They sell them in the tourist shop.
As you guys walk through these very impressive, cool pile of bones, you see flitting amongst the bones is a tiny figure that resembles a tiny animated doll with a mask-like face. You see one and then another until 3 such figures emerge, just kind of flitting among the bones. Each one has a differently painted mask face. Their movements are quick and erratic like a bird's, and they seem keenly interested in all of you.
They're tiny creatures. You
You
remind
know where the
me.
monkey knife fights is?
Can you show us to our seats? We're not sure. It says 37D. We don't know what level that's on.
Fantastic.
I asked it legitimately.
Thimbleweed, one of them that has a kind of a white mask face with a dark triangle over one eye, jumps up excitedly and runs over to you and attempts to climb up your leg.
How do you take this?
I shake him off.
Okay, it goes tumbling backwards and looks dismayed. And the others are kind of flitting around, looking apprehensive at all of you.
You small creatures speak our language.
Another one, Vaul Robin. This one has 2 blue rings under its eyes, or where you think its eyes would be over the mask face, and walks over to you and waves, picks up a pine cone from the ground and kind of does this, and then walks up and kind of offers it to you.
Oh. All right. I have a fabric doll of a humanoid bee in my pack.
Okay.
Don't ask any questions.
Like a voodoo doll?
I don't know. I know what this is.
But it looks
came from
exactly like you.
I think this is from the mead shop, right?
Wow, maybe.
It's all wrote down as fabric doll of a what is it? Fabric doll of a humanoid bee. That's what I wrote down.
Okay. Yeah, it probably is, because they were the bee place.
Well, Robin will pull that out, and he'll try to emulate the movement, like shake it and offer it as he takes the pine cone from the little creature.
Okay.
He's seen this before. It's diplomacy. We're trading.
Sure. It takes the thing and kind of, turns it over and cocks its head a few times. Again, very it's like a bird, so it's all kind of like jerky movement. And then just kind of drops it and then looks up at you and kind of acts like it's still holding the pine cone, and then does like this to its face.
I want you to rub your lips off.
All right, well, Robin will just sort of emulate the movement with the pine cone, not necessarily touching his face with it, but just doing this.
Okay. It seems excited by this prospect and kind of runs over to you and looks up and quickly dives in the ground and finds another little small pine cone, and then it starts climbing up your leg.
You know what? Robin would actually be into this.
We found his kink, everyone.
No, not that. Well, maybe. I don't know. No, but he would be all right with this. He'll turn to everybody else and say, "I believe these creatures are simply trying to communicate with us. We should see what it is they are offering. What is it that you want, little creature?"
It continues climbing up all the way up your shirt until it's just kind of hooked right under on the top of your shirt, and it reaches up very gingerly with its small pine cone, and it takes its pine cone and begins
Stabs
to
you in the eye.
brush your beard with it.
Oh, this is pleasant.
It's probably not, because it's a pine cone, but and it's very weird feeling. But it seems elated with this. It's like it's like kind of vibrating right there.
There's so many little things crawling in your beard now.
It's from the ground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what do you think is in this one?
That's right, yeah. You got to understand. I mean, we're Reese and I are used to it. There's stuff in here.
It's like a little
It's an
ecosystem.
It's an improvement.
Yeah, Varela just sort of this must be how these creatures communicate. Yes, just attempting to groom me of some sort. I must record you.
Yeah, it seems to continue doing that, and then at some point, it even just kind of after it's doing that for quite a while, it kind of sits. It sits on your shoulder and just kind of looks around, looking contented, and looks like it's going to do it again soon.
Ray, get your laser cannon.
We may have to kill them all.
And kill Vaul Robin afterwards.
Thimbleweed, the one that you had knocked off, goes over to you, Frey, and attempts to climb up your leg. It looks very excited at you.
Seeing Vaul Robin get petted with a pine cone she'd look at it and say, "Touch me with the pine cone, and I throw you across the entryway."
It doesn't have anything in its
she'll let
hands.
Okay, yeah, she'll let it climb up and
Okay.
see. I mean, nothing bad happened to Vaul Robin, but she's got the
Yeah.
side eye going.
It climbs up, but this one doesn't go on the front. This one climbs onto your back and then goes up and then sits on the back of your neck with its tiny little legs draped around your shoulders, like a child would be riding.
Shoulders.
And it is just super happy about this. It's just like, Frey can't really see it that well, but it's just bobbing up and down and looking around and looking down at Frey and occasionally, touching her hair or something, but mostly just like, it's just very happy about the situation.
Anyone else get the feeling we're all about to die, like horrible deaths from these little things?
I'm getting Galaxy Quest vibes from what's happening here right now. I feel like these things are gonna grow teeth in a second and start biting us, but we'll see.
The third one comes up to you, Celeste, and bends it, kind of cocks its head a few times, and then it makes a sound, like just a whistling sound. I don't know if that came through on Discord, but
I am not pleased with these. I do not want them crawling on me.
This is triggering your like cleanliness alarms,
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
I'm just gonna call out to Frey and Vaul Robin and say, guys, what? Why are we letting these things crawl in us? I don't think this is sanitary.
I mean, to be fair, Frey probably hasn't taken a shower the whole time she's known y'all, so.
I'm gonna try to shoo it away.
Okay.
Shoot.
Yep.
Are these animals?
You can give me an Arcana check, actually, to try to figure out what these are. But Celeste, you do that, and it shoos away immediately, like gets away from you. Similar to if you just shoot or startle an animal, it just kind of backs away and immediately disengages disinterest in you. Edmund, you have heard of strange and capricious nature spirits called chwingas, which are often take on some of the objects or cultural mannerisms of the region that they're in. With that roll, you know that they are never dangerous, and but they can be very strange and almost inscrutable sometimes. But you would also realize that if you help them or indulge them, then they also reciprocate, usually in the form of some kind of supernatural charm or something.
So they're not animals.
No, you are certain these are not animals.
I jump off my saber-toothed tiger and tell everybody these are chwingas, and be nice to them, and they be nice to you. So humor
Really good
for them
advice.
if you could.
They are not coconut people. Sorry, chat. But yeah, otherwise, so one is currently on
He reaches out
Frey.
for like a hug for one of them.
And what do you say?
He
Again?
wants one of them to come up to him.
He's trying.
Okay.
Come to me, love me.
The one that Celeste rebuffed, yeah, you can draw its attention, and you remember that what it had done is it whistled at Celeste.
Whistle back.
Okay, you do that, and it immediately comes up and mimics. And if you do that back and forth for a hot second, then it seems very content at following you around. It doesn't try to climb up you like the other two, but it just kind of walks right next to you and just whistles every once in a while. And seems particularly interested in your metallic arm. It tries to see itself in the reflection. Otherwise, you guys can continue. You've got three of you have little nature spirits following you around.
That's the worst that could happen.
Exactly. Mine's just sitting there combing my beard every once in a while. It's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's keeping me nice and groomed.
Nice and groomed.
Twinga.
But yeah, you guys see the caves extending to the west and south, and then there's that arena that Thimbleweed definitely heard the sound of like jubilant, excited shouting coming from.
What direction was that?
That was to these steps, stairs to the
The
east.
steps. Okay. Should we explore other places first, or we head straight for the noises?
Eh?
Prepare for the noises. I want to see that monkey fight.
All right, let's head that direction, I suppose.
Okay. As you approach the entrance to the caves, east sounds of people hollering and yelling grows louder from the east.
Can we hear what language? I mean, I assume these are Goliaths because we're here to see Goliaths, but can we hear any like actual dialogue at this point, or is it
Sure,
still
yeah,
just
you can pick up
roaring?
different sounds of like, yeah, get him, or oh, watch out for that one, or it's just various like kind of what you'd expect in an arena. But what you see is 15 stone pillars in a raised arena at various heights, and bleachers carved into the back wall, sheathed in ice. And at the top of the seating section, you can see some torches giving off some light. And you see what looks like a bunch of Goliaths on the bleachers and on the platforms, and the ones on the platforms are engaged in some kind of game involving a ball and jumping around the platforms, and everybody's just like yelling and cheering.
Oh. We've caught them in some sort of sporting event, it appears. So I'm sorry you might be disappointed, Thimbleweed. There appears to be no monkeys with knives.
I'm extremely disappointed.
Let's go up a little bit and watch, I guess.
Yeah, as you guys start walking up this ramp, obviously you draw attention very quickly. To the point where everybody starts yelling, the yells and shouts start turning in your direction as people start pointing and yelling at you all. And one of them, one of the Goliaths who's competing, turns and suddenly gets knocked out by a ball, just comes ramming right at his face, and he falls out. And it takes him a minute to recognize Kapunuk as he stands back up, and he doesn't seem even fazed by that. He just runs up to all of you instead before anybody else can really gather what's going on, and says,
Hail, great dragon slayers. I'm glad you could come and visit my home and my people. They do not believe that a great dragon made of black ice rained death upon the 10 towns. I worry about our neighbors. How are they? How are you?
and you see
After
a
they hear
crowd
my-
starting to gather.
After they hear my stories, my boy, they will believe. I will put on a show for you all.
I don't know how well that would go off, to be honest. My people like a little bit more action and with their stories. But it would be good to have someone...
I'm trying to think of a simpler word than corroborate, but corroborate my stories.
Of course, my friends, we will happily do so. With as much detail as possible. How are your people?
We have been suffering from a feud with the other major Goliath clan here, the Akhenathi at Sky Tower Shelter. Our chieftain can tell you more if I can help introduce you. I've been telling them all about your great exploits and our adventures, and how you rescued me and I joined your forces. And we fought the dragon, fought our way out of those evil small creatures. Referring to the Dwerger.
Mm.
And by now they've got a very big crowd that's like surrounding you all and kind of murmuring and asking questions and stuff. And Munu kind of turns and says, "These are the great dragon slayers I was telling you all of. There's..." And you can see him kind of struggle a bit. "Frey the mighty and Valrus the lean and Thimblenuggins the bowman and Celeste the beautiful and large and powerful and the shapeshifter Dearth."
Hello, great people of the Goliath tribe. I am Vaul Robin. He'll pointedly look at Capernaum when he says it. I am Vaul Robin, Gwenetane Lanria, at your service. We indeed are the great dragon slayers that your fellow has told you about, though he may have humbled himself at the telling of his great deeds and great bravery in the face of mortal doom.
They all look kind of around bewildered at your speech.
Ronix says, "Come, let us meet with the chieftain."
Of course. You
Ray,
sure
you
you
know-
don't have a half hour for me to tell the story to your tribe? I could do it right now. It would take 20, 30 minutes max.
Maybe later, I think.
All right, fine.
Don't want to interrupt a good game of goat ball.
Sure. As if Goat Ball was as good as my literary masterpiece, but whatever, let's go.
It's fine, whatever. He invites you all to go down this central cave path to the south. And as he leads you all, he says that
Chieftain Ogolai is our leader. She is strong. My people are welcoming to outsiders, but they will not tolerate any violence or outbursts or anything. We all live together, the warriors, the elders, the children. So, behave.
Of course. Outside of the occasional bouts of cannibalism, when have you not seen us behave?
He pales a little bit.
It'll
I think
be
he ever
fine.
saw the cannibalism.
You never saw it?
Probably
Okay,
not.
Then forget I said anything.
Kind of what now?
Does he see and have any reaction to the weird little spirit creatures that are hanging around us?
If you ask, yeah.
Like, oh, see you made friends with the Twingas. Yes, they hang around here time to time. Just annoying little creatures. Mostly ignore them like pests. But
I don't mind them as it brushes his.
Yeah. Yeah, he finds it odd. He's like, yes.
you just look like tourists with them. The locals, we don't really engage with them much. The tourists, they come in here, they get the Icewind Ale burrito, they hang out with the Twinga. It's the usual stuff that you do.
My t-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I went to Wyrmdoom Crag and all I got was my beard combed by a tiny doll creature.
Right.
You know what would be great with a game of goat ball? An ice cold mug of gin and cider.
ship parked right outside.
Did you bring your wagon full of genocide? I've been talking about it so much. These people, we would love to have some.
About the wagon. It was destroyed.
No.
Yes. Luckily, our head gnome was saved. We left her behind at, where did we leave her behind?
10 towns.
Good.
Bridge area.
Pretender, yeah.
Brinchender. Feel free to set up some import trading routes to bring this item over here.
I was hoping you all would be able to be the delivery service. That's disappointing for sure.
That
We
is
have
not-
a new mode of transportation. We're setting it up.
Yeah, you're going through a rebuilding phase, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's going to be new genociders going to come out.
Now in squid delivery form.
That's right.
Made with alien technologies.
With bits of brain floating in it. It makes you smart.
Right.
He invites you all to go down this central cave to the south.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah, you see this cavern has a domed roof.
a doomed roof. What is a
Domed
roof?
I missed both words in
What is
different ways. It's a doomed roof inside. It is a domed roof 30 feet high and an open well in the middle of the floor. 2 youthful Goliaths use ropes and a bucket to draw water from the well, while 6 adults wrangle a handful of exuberant Goliath toddlers. Rough-hewn steps ascend to the southern part of the cave, where the floor is 10 feet higher. Seated in this area next to a crackling fire is a female Goliath with gray hair, many scars, and a white cloak made of mountain goat hide. Leaning against the wall behind her is a great axe with a bone haft. She gnaws on a pipe and rises to her full towering height as you all approach. And you see the Goliaths instantly kind of fan out, and some of them like clutch their kids as you all approach, and Kunuk is, basically repeats what he said before.
He says, my clans, men and women, these, the ones that I have told you of, the great dragon slayers of 10 towns, they are here to witness our clan and perhaps help with our
And before he can finish, the chieftain throws her bone down and stares daggers at you, Frey, and says,
runic axe, forged by our weapon master, Wayani. Choose your next words very carefully, little one. Where did you find that axe?
Yeah. Where did I find this axe?
Wasn't it given to you by some sort of like werebear or something? I don't remember the details, but
I think
Previously
I killed somebody
on-
for it.
Icewind
Yeah.
Dale, Rime with the Frostmaiden.
I know that the frost giant god gave me another rune for
yeah.
it.
So you found the initial. By the way, you guys are all down here. Your saber-tooth tiger is not going to fit in this tunnel, by the way, Edmund. You can hang back or...
Hey, Sasha, hang back here.
Oh, great. He's named it.
Yeah. I thought they were all named Sasha. So you found this axe whenever you guys did the mountain climb quest. We're following that previous group of adventurers up the mountain of Kelvin's Cairn many sessions ago.
Mm-hmm.
You found a Yeti cave and the dismembered body of a Goliath and that axe nearby. And you had been following this trail of adventurers, which included a Goliath, like a halfling cleric, I think, and a tiefling sorcerer. And you saved the halfling. The Goliath, as I mentioned, was dead. And then you also found the dead tiefling at the top of the mountain. So you had gotten the axe then, and then had to fight, I believe, a Yeti at the time. And
Oh,
then
yeah, Dad Yeti, who was coming back from the grocery store.
correct,
With milk.
yes. The halfling had identified the axe as belonging to her Goliath companion.
Did she tell us what the Goliath companion's name was?
You actually have in your journal entry. I think she did. But the journal entry does message. I won't make it read that whole thing, but she calls the Goliath Moki. But at one point, she identifies the axe and says that belonged to her friend Mokingo Growling Bear.
Okay.
All of this flashes through your memory.
Yeah. Frey's life is flashing before her eyes. With the same hard stare. The only thing Frey will say is oh shit, how do I want to phrase this?
She did say choose your words very carefully.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, Frey, her int score is -1 and her whiz is 0, so she has no tact. So
Charisma's probably your tact, right?
my charisma score is a +1.
Yeah.
So it's a 12. She has no tact. She'll tell the Goliath woman, the axe was won, defending the honor of a fallen Goliath.
You said the axe was...
I won the axe by defending the honor of a fallen Goliath.
Okay.
Not necessarily a lie.
Okay.
We did attack the Yetis and killed Dad Yeti from coming back from the store.
Mm-hmm.
And the Goliath was already fallen.
We avenged him, yes.
Yeah, we avenged him.
Without any trace of facial movement or change, she just continues to stare at you and says, "So, he is dead then?"
Shit, what was that guy's name again? Something
Monkey
bones.
Yeah.
Mokingo Growling Bear.
Growling Bear. If you are referring to Growling Bear, then yes.
She takes a big breath and exhales.
He shouldn't have picked a fight with a Yeti.
He would not have parted with that axe if he had still drawn breath. My son.
He was dead. Oh, that was your son.
That axe was bestowed upon him, forged by our weapon master from rare metals in this mountain. Blessed by myself, he became of age to leave this clan, pursue his own life. I'd always hoped he would return one day. He die in glorious battle.
Trying to think of what she knows about Goliaths and hoping that they did want to die in glorious battle. So she'll say, he died a warrior's death.
He seems satisfied by this. And you are a warrior, yes?
I like to think that I am.
She stares at Hard and says, "Very well." And then another Goliath, a lean-toned young man, steps forward and addresses the chieftain and says, "Chieftain, I, Jagrik, invoke the right of challenge for the axe. Okingo was like
from my full cold dead fingers.
Okingo was like a brother to me. To see the axe wielded by one such as this is an insult to his legacy." The chieftain kind of again sizes herself up and takes a deep breath. Says,
Very well. Right has been invoked. You accept this.
He can come and take it from my cold dead fingers.
She chuckles at this. That he's not our way. There will be no death for this, but a feat of physical prowess has been invoked. Do you accept the challenge?
I accept.
And you see a lot of guys go, and your little kid's like, ah, ah. She says, very well. Please, come this way. Your companions may watch if they wish. She invites you up to the stage up here. The other Goliath comes in,
As we're walking
giving you a big
out-
stink eye.
Yeah, as we're like all getting funneled out, can Vaul Robin like sidle up to the challenging Goliath and say something? Do you have the opportunity to do that?
You're not sure if you could do it without being watched.
That's fine. He doesn't care about being seen doing this.
Okay.
But he'll kind of sidle up to the challenging Goliath and he'll say, "My friend, out of just if you're curious, take a look at her axe. You see the magical runes that were there, that were not there perhaps the last time you saw it. Those were granted to her by the elder gods of the giants themselves. You, my friend, may have the best of intentions, but you are going to lose."
Would you say
know
these
this
are
kid-
unsettling?
Uh,
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing. You're just
no, I'm just trying to I was just trying to get
Oh,
it to
okay,
skin.
okay.
So,
yeah. He turns to
I
you.
left and I was going to give it to Frey.
Right. He turns to you and says, "More reason it should be mine."
Have you ever been blessed by the giant gods?
He scowls at you at this.
Perhaps they will see you in a better light one day. Good luck, son.
The chieftain gestures for you, Frey, and the rest of you can follow if you wish, or you can hang back here with the crowd. But you see a lot of Goliaths start coming up here and like forming a little semicircle, kind of where the chief's thing was, and leads you over to a fur-skinned rug in this grand, looks like a feasting hall. There's a great rectangular fire pit in the middle of this room where a bunch of Goliaths are kind of eating from bowls. And they're all turning around and now being very interested in what's going on here. And they're kind of instantly turning around like there's just a show going on. And the chieftain says, "There will be a test of strength between Jagrik and..." She kind of gestures to you.
My name is Frey.
"And Frey. Whoever can properly pin the other one will be the winner and
Great.
possessor of the runic axe."
You do see a size difference here, right?
And you notice that the other guy is like really feeling overconfident, and he's like, he takes his shirt off and it's just full on like 6-pack abs, and he's and everybody's like, cheering him on, and there's bets going around. People are hooting and hollering. And you can whatever you want to do, prepare. But
Yeah, before it starts, can I I'm gonna go up to Frey like a coach, like a boxing coach.
like a boxing
Right.
coach.
But what he's actually doing is giving her a bardic inspiration
Mhm.
Thank you.
and pulling out. He's gonna juice her up a little bit. He's gonna pull out a scroll of actually I forget what bless does. What does bless do?
I think that just gives me advantage or something.
Attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
That might come in handy. I mean, there might be some saving throws involved here. I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I've been scrolling through my character sheet going, fuck.
Right. I got a lot of stuff for these kind of situations.
I have
Um,
one thing in my character sheet that might save my life.
What's
A
happening?
potion of frost giant strength.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, I've also got I've got something that, actually, I will turn to the chieftain. Actually, maybe quieter, maybe privately. I ask him like, Phrase, you may not be aware, capable of some great magics. Is this permitted in your trial of strength? What he has is a scroll of growth. So he could just make Frey giant. Like, that's going to be obvious. So
That is going to be
trying
obvious. Yeah.
What's happening? I missed it.
She says, he says, Jagrik is using no such advantages, and we believe in fairness with these challenges.
Fairness. That is a very good word that you just used there. Because in fairness, the size of your combatant is not, in fact, equitable to the size of my friend there. But through her magic, she may make that size difference indifferent, thereby making this a fair fight. Surely you can't argue with that logic?
Roll a persuasion check, maybe.
Persuasion.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I can't. I was gonna roll, but you roll a 23. She kind of nods along at this and says, if she has such innate ability, perhaps that is how one so small is so powerful, as Kapunu keeps telling us of her.
Indeed.
But
In fact, Kapuna may have actually seen her be large at
I'm
one
trying to
point
think of that
because-
too. Did that
Yeah.
ever happen? I know he.
Well, he did it. He did it to both Frey and Celeste in one of the big fights.
Okay, so
The-
that would
the
actually
large
probably help
size,
a lot. Yeah, if they can actually back that up.
I am still going to chug this potion of frost giant strength too,
Oh,
by
boy.
the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, you do that like very surreptitiously. like-
yeah.
All right. No, these aren't. Oh no, these aren't scrolls. These are the
The good
alchemy
potions. Yeah,
the alchemy
yeah.
potions. Yeah, I still got those. Okay, so yeah, he will. Frey's just over there, just juicing.
Juice it up big time. Like, hang on, I gotta drink from my water bottle. It just Popeyes out all of a sudden. Ching, ching.
Your eyes bulge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he will feed her a potion of growth at the same time.
Doesn't that just bring me up to medium size though?
I think it'll actually make you. Well, are you a
I'm
small?
small.
Then I think it'll make you medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes me a little bit bigger, but
It's
not
probably
by much.
still bigger than you.
But what it
Yeah.
does, I believe, is it gives you advantage on athletics checks or something like that. Let me see.
Yeah.
Enlarge reduce. What does enlarge reduce do?
I do already have innate advantage on strength and dexterity checks.
Okay.
You have to be raging for that?
Nope. Squat nimbleness.
Hmm.
The feet.
Your size doubles, so you'd become a medium-sized creature.
Yeah.
You also have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and your weapon attacks do some
Okay.
more damage. So
Cool.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Between all of
juice her up.
that,
Wow.
I don't remember what the potion of frost giant strength does because I didn't write it down. But
Strength really high.
Potion of Frost Giant Strength. Bringing a potion of Frost Giant Strength for a wrestling match. I respect it. Ray's not going to want to lose this. Your strength score changes to 23 for 1 hour.
excellent.
Whatever that makes your new modifier.
Let me write down my old one.
Yeah.
Helps if I have a pen.
And yeah,
Right,
she's basically
right.
described this as a wrestling. Oh, so Raymond, she recognized. I don't know. I forgot when you came out, but she recognized the axe that Frey's got. Said that was her son's axe, but Frey was pretty honest about she got it when he died and carrying it around. And then she seemed to be okay with that. But then a challenger arose from the crowd who wanted to challenge her for the axe. Frey thought it was for combat, but that's not how this clan works, and instead they are going to do a wrestling match for the axe.
Yep.
And Frey has been doing a lot of drugs to get ready for it.
I got those roids going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And did you actually give her?
She is roided out.
Did you actually give her bardic inspiration?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Do we don't care about being honest, right?
I've already lied for her, so no, we're not worried about that. I've already told them that she's
I think
like,
I'm gonna-
naturally capable of growing.
I think I'm going to be okay at this point, though. Between the frost giant strength, the bardic inspiration, now being a medium-sized creature. I mean, my strength score is now a check is now a +6. Saving throw is a +10.
Can't possibly
So-
lose.
I mean, I could still lose, but you know.
All right, so the rules.
Oh, I gently take the little thing off my shoulders, and like
Right,
put
yeah,
it-
it's been riding this whole
Yes.
time, and the other
Yeah.
Goliaths kind of ignore it, but yeah, it seems very sad
I
about
put
this.
it on my little cloak that I was wearing, so it has like
Okay.
a little soft place.
It seems pretty upset.
And give it
to
a
be-
pat.
Reassurance. So the way this is gonna work, and everybody's crowding around like ooh ooh ooh. You all kind of circle each other, and she points out the bearskin rug here is kind of the arena, very casual. And this is gonna be a contested strength athletics check, but the winner has to succeed in 2 consecutive checks.
Okay.
And then
Go advantage.
yeah, she pulls out.
Go advantage.
She pulls out a little like horn thing, and then on my horn. And boop. You guys can run at each other. All right, give me an athletics check, please.
Ray goes low.
With Frey, yeah, Frey goes low naturally. 25 against a 13. That is a success for Frey.
Ray
All right, so
flips
you.
him over,
Yep,
head over heels.
he is stunned by this and starts scrambling around. Give me one more athletics check. I have a +10 right now. 24 and a 14. Yeah,
Just lays him out.
he gets schooled. Tell me how that works, Frey.
So she uses his body size and momentum against him. That's why she goes low. And the second time when he scrambles and comes back around again, she does the same thing. Except for this time, as he's flipping down, her foot comes down right on top of him and just pins him right on the floor.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
just says, enough.
Cheers erupt from everybody around them, and several Goliaths look disappointed because they were obviously not betting on you. But finally, and even the one guy that you had pinned, he's kind of had a bad expression, but then he looks at you with renewed awe and respect and just kind of scrambles away and then nods and looks around at everybody who's cheering, and then he actually does extend his hand out to you. Says, "You are very strong. You deserve the axe. Well, Kingo would be very proud to have one strong as you wielding it."
Rhea shake his hand.
Okay.
Just give him a nod.
You and Vaul Robin can both have inspiration.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
The
And
chieftain.
she will turn and look at the chieftain and go, "Does anyone else want to do this?
Yeah,
I've got an hour. I'm good."
right. Yeah, you're all hopped up. Kapunuk, you see, leans over to the chieftain and says,
Told you so.
Chieftain Ogalai, you see they are very strong and powerful. Perhaps they can help us with the feud.
and she kind of thinks for a moment and then nods and says,
Perhaps, but if they were to help us with the Akanathi, they would need to pass through the tunnel. I respect the strength, but it is our way, and they would need to be respected by all the clan and become honorary Thunlakalagas to be one of us.
I mean, at this point, I probably already am because they're already cheering for my ass.
yeah, you are definitely a hero to them right now. But she turns to all of you and says, if you are willing to submit to our rite of passage, I can tell you more of our clan workings and the problems we have with the other clan.
How many of us have to make it?
We would require only one of you make it. But the more that do it, the more would garner our respect. As long as at least one of you can become an honorary clan member, that would gain enough respect in their eyes to send you on this mission.
We gotta go down this path over here.
We can certainly try.
Yeah. It is.
Frey doesn't know what to do with her arms because she's not been this tall for a long time.
You're just kind of stumbling
I'm too
around.
long.
Yeah.
She's like walking real funny.
She kind of waves off everybody. Is like, all right, show is over. And then she goes back into this room and points you all to this tunnel to the west. She says, speak to our elder Demlock, and he will explain the rite. Good luck to you.
West, like northwest, like up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The floor of this 15-foot high cavern bulges in the middle with a 5-foot diameter hole on either end of the upraised part, marking the ends of a tunnel. The exterior of the bulge has runes inscribed on every surface of it. At the back of the cave, an elderly male Goliath sits with 3 adolescent Goliaths around a campfire. The elderly Goliath is dyeing scraps of cloth and leather in a bucket of greenish liquid and setting them to dry on a wooden rack, while the adolescents stitch other scraps into garments for dolls they're fashioning. Scores of old dolls rest in niches along the cave walls, staring outward. Ray, I assumed you put your, you allowed the to climb back up on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Thimbleweed, yours is still very busily. At this point, your beard is a ruin. Like, it has just been combing through, and you've got bits of dirt and or not, sorry, Thimbleweed, Robin. You've got bits of like dirt and sticks and twigs and things stuck in there.
Oh, great.
And,
Mess
So-
now.
and
Yeah.
Edmund, yours is particularly fond of your. It's whistling a lot. It's also particularly fond of your metal arm. It's fascinated by this.
As long as it's not trying to disassemble it, I'll let it look at it.
No, in fact, it looks like it's trying to like see itself in like the like reflect if there's any reflective parts, like on the torchlight or something.
Oh. Not as advanced as I thought.
Very childlike, yeah.
Yep.
The elderly Goliath explains to you, Frey, as you come in.
He says, "Greetings, small one. I've heard the commotion from the old goat. Seems you are quite the wrestler, yes?"
Particular set of skills.
This tunnel is ancient magic, and this is an important rite of passage for young Goliaths entering into adulthood. They must crawl through the tunnel and be assailed by their fears, insecurities, and uncertainties. Only by stealing their resolve, they end up on the other side as official clan members. You have been given a unique position, permission from the chieftain to enter the tunnel. Just know that it can be a harrowing journey for many. And some take years before they are able to commit and to make it through. There is no shame in having to retreat. Everyone is ready at a different time.
I never retreat.
Are you ready to face your fears?
Bring it on.
I personally have very few insecurities, so I feel like I'm going to be fine.
Vaul Robin's greatest fear is an eraser.
That's right.
Yeah, so he gestures to one side of the tunnel.
Says you must go in one at a time. I've given you all warnings that I can. Usually you have family waiting at the other side if your companions to do that.
Family might be a little strong.
We barely know each other.
So, do we all need to go in here, or is this only a thing that Frey needs to do?
The chieftain kind of left it open to you all. They just said that you have permission to, but she would like at least one person to be able to make it through.
I mean, Vaul Robin wants to. Like if it's a new experience, he'll do it. Like if a new tribe, they're offering him a drug or something, he's like, I'm gonna take it. I want to see what it's like. This sounds like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Frey's going in.
All right, Frey, you are going in. Frey, as you go in the tunnel, it's perfectly fine at first, and then things start getting really weird as the runes glow all around you. I would like for you to describe me what you believe Frey's biggest physical fear would be.
Oh Jesus.
So what do you find most like dangerous or anxious physically?
What would Frey find dangerous? That's her
I would have said
problem, she's
intelligence saves, but you've been nailing all those lately.
not. I would probably say, like, because she's so small, kind of like a Timmy in the well type of a situation, being trapped in some kind of a physical place that she can't get out of
Oh, okay.
would be where her physical fear would be, because she's not afraid to fight anything. But
Be a little bit of claustrophobia.
yeah, that's why
Okay.
she doesn't like big cities. She doesn't like being around a bunch of people. She'd much rather be in the open. That's why she always sat on the back of the cart. She was never inside of it.
Ah, okay. So you get the feeling of this tunnel like squeezing you, and you're not sure if you'd be able to physically be able to get out of it. You feel for a moment that you may just be trapped in this tunnel, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Do I get ability things for that one? Probably not.
You do still have a bardic inspiration. I'll remind you. You didn't actually use it during that fight.
Yeah. Constitution saving throw.
Okay. You are able to just like tuck yourself and squeeze through and power through it. And you think you're going towards a light. And then I want you to describe to me what your biggest mental hang-up is. What would upset you the most emotionally?
Oh God. Yeah, be prepared, Chris. He's gonna ask you the same damn question.
Yeah.
God, mental hang up for Frey? Freaking math problem.
You seem a little sensitive about her size. Maybe it's size. Well, I mean, I guess the physical one was already kind of size related, but maybe it's the same thing or some similar thing.
I'd still say like the claustrophobia piece of it.
Yeah.
Because there's a mental aspect to claustrophobia.
Sure, absolutely. This time, it's the second one like you described, where it's maybe you're just have a feeling like there's too many people around, there's too many things happening. So it's almost like stimulus overload for you. You just get that feeling of like suddenly you've entered into this giant crowd and there's just and you're like inside of like a tight building full of people, like in lines everywhere, and they're all just like bumping into you, and you just feel extremely uncomfortable. And I need a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, shit. Alright, hang on. Hang on. I don't know what check I have to make yet, but we'll use a bardic inspiration. With a 9. I'm assuming it still needs to be higher.
9's not gonna be good enough.
I'm assuming it probably needs to be about a 15, right? Roughly.
It's probably a safe assumption.
Yeah, so that means I gotta use one of my special dice. Making me use all my special dice, aren't you? Wait, can I use it on saving throws? I can use it on ability checks. Yes, saving throw. Okay. Oh wait, could I have used my inspiration to re-roll my charisma save?
If you have inspiration, yeah. Oh yeah, you just
Yeah,
got
you gave it
inspiration.
to me.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's not much better. I'm at a 10 though, so that
Technically
helps.
better.
It's a 10, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, 16.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, feeling inspired and maybe grabbing a snack while you're down there.
Yeah.
You are able to
Snack
power.
the smiles back.
Yeah, you're able to power through that mental trauma, and you see kind of a door in front of you, and you open that door, and you see it's the other side of the tunnel, and you are able to just step out, and you merely just step out on the other side of the tunnel as your friends are watching you, and you see the old Goliath just kind of smiling and nodding and says,
Very well. Congratulations, little one. You are now an honorary member of our clan.
She'll just look at him. She's not talking yet.
mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
that messed with her brain a little bit.
Yeah. Vaul Robin, if you wish, you can go through it as well.
Ray gives you no clues as to what happened.
I was about to say, like, if he had heard what she went through, he may have changed. He may change his mind.
I don't think she's talking.
He doesn't know. So, all right, yeah, let's give it a shot.
All right.
You just see her come out just a little bit wild-eyed.
Yeah. It looks a
Yeah.
little shaken.
I mean, let's be honest, that's really nothing new.
All right, Vaul Robin, same diff. You start crawling through there, and you start feeling a whatever your biggest physical danger would be to you.
What Robin would picture is what was it, a white dragon?
That you encountered earlier, yeah.
Yeah, and Francine, and basically everybody he's ever lied to, horizon, like to get vengeance.
Everyone is manipulated or wronged.
That's exactly.
Left alive. Yeah, you see in the tunnel a sound that sounds like a dragon, another one that sounds like a mammoth, whatever other creatures that you've wronged or dealt with come charging at you from their side, and I need a Constitution save as you huddle.
Constitution save.
Yeah, a lot of clutch bonus rolls. A lot of failed checks and saves that turn into success. Wow, Vaul Robin with the nat 20. Talk about clutch on that one.
Yep.
All right, you are
Buy better the next time.
easily able. And that was gonna be the hard one for him, by the way, folks. You had a +2 on the con.
Yeah.
All right, now you're able to crawl through that and run away from those bad things. And now, what is your biggest mental trauma that would?
I think for Vaul Robin, it would literally be like almost the opposite of phrase. It'd be like a crowded room full of people, and there's like a stage, and he gets on stage and he starts talking, and no one acknowledges his presence, and he gets off stage, he's talking to people, and literally no one can see him. Like, no one acknowledges his presence. He's just invisible to everyone.
That's funny. Yeah. She's getting the cold shoulder like you're a ghost or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to wave and get somebody's attention, but nobody's watching you. All right, give me a charisma save. Bard.
Charisma save. There we go.
Yeah. You just whatever you do to get somebody's attention, suddenly the spotlight appears on you from above and everybody turns towards you and you rise up on a pedestal and the pedestal continues to rise as you burst out of the top of the building and you find yourself on the other side of the tunnel.
I was also probably a little wide-eyed, like,
Yeah.
there's certainly something to write about, for certain.
Congratulations, Green One. You have performed admirably.
And you notice the chieftain has actually been there watching you all. And she nods respectfully. Says,
How that you are family for us, and we can trust you. I will tell you of our troubles. Many summers ago, the children of Wyrmdoom challenged the children of Sky Tower to a game of goat ball. During the game, the ball tumbled near one of the griffins of Sky Tower. When one of our children tried to fetch the ball, the griffin went mad and grievously wounded her. And as she says this, she kind of flinches and almost absent-mindedly grabs a scar on her arm.
Well,
The game was called off. Hungry for more of the child's flesh, the griffin hunted Wyrmdoom for days. Our hunters were forced to kill it to protect the child. Two clans have been opposed ever since.
seems fairly one-sided argument. What was their side of this dispute?
We have not had much communication with them since. I have offered to meet with their leader on here. He has refused and offered to invite us there, and I, of course, refused because he is a violent brute. You will not get the open welcome that you got here from him.
Ray
But,
smiles at that.
yeah. But perhaps, seeing your strength and power, you can help end this feud. And at this, Kapuna kind of comes up and says, Chieftain, perhaps I have seen these ones. Their words are often as strong as their blades. Perhaps they can help come to an agreement. And the chieftain just kind of scoffs and says, Perhaps, or you can bring me Arn's head. Then I will know that it is done. Will you do this thing for us? Help our clan. And in turn, we will...
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
We were just visiting.
In turn, Kapunuk has said that Ten Towns has been nearly destroyed by a grave attack. We have supplies, we have people, though we suffer greatly from the night that has cursed us. We feel for our neighbors in the towns, and we could offer our assistance, but only if we know our own neighbors will not stab us in the back, while we spare such supplies and people.
Yes, well, we are here.
I don't see what's to be gained by this risk. Do you guys have Charlatan? Alien technologies?
Yeah.
Why should we get in the middle of this feud of yours? We only came to visit that one over there, and now we're being dragged into
Yeah.
100-year-long feud.
Now those two are clan members, so our feud is their feud.
Ah, damn you two. Damn you two.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what I was signing.
I
I didn't read
was
the
with the
full
rite of
agreement.
passage. I didn't know it involved any kind of contractual obligations here.
You went in a simpleton and you came out to the birth canal as one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Reborn.
Oh no.
Edmund gives you a scowling look, but cannot argue that point.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps
Fine.
it will aid us in the future, Edmund, to have Goliaths that we are kinsmen to.
All right, let's get over it. Let's go kill that one they want and bring the head.
Kapunuk says, please, we would very much appreciate your strength and power. But
And he kind of does this in a side, even as the chieftain kind of looks on and maybe, discuss with Edmund or something.
says, but I was hoping we could solve this with less bloodshed.
Thought you wanted us to bring the head of the leader.
That's what the chieftain wants, just because she doesn't think that he would agree to it, and it will be a difficult task, but I think that the Goliaths should be united and not in a war, especially now, as the land cursed and food running out.
Well, if you get rid of them, there'll be more food.
He sighs at this.
Alright, Trixie one, shapeshifter.
Certainly attempt diplomacy. I can't promise you that your Goliath neighbors will reciprocate. But I am at least curious to hear their side of this Griffin baby story.
You historian.
Thank you.
The chieftain speaks up and says, if you would like, Kapunuk can bring you to Sky Tower. But as I mentioned, they are nearly hostile to us. So it will be a challenge to even speak with them, much less mediate anything.
Have our ways. Don't you worry.
As for you, and she actually addresses Edmund, from what you get out of it, I cannot say, but our Forge Master remains here, and I know she could continue to work on the axe that your friend has earned, making it even more powerful than before.
Ray, are you willing to part with your axe?
No, she wouldn't part with it. It's just saying that basically when you complete the quest, come back and...
Oh, I thought they were going to work on it while we left.
Hell no, Frey's not giving up her axe.
Yeah,
She's gone.
I assumed that wasn't going to be the case. Way ahead of you on that one.
I do this for us and return to Wayani, and she can enhance the axe.
Yeah, seems simple. I'll just disguise myself as their leader and lead their people to ruin and destruction. Easy. If I can do it as Durf, I could do it as whatever her name is.
You've done it before. So many revolutions started.
It's a real good, it just starts the coup from within. It works perfectly well. Yeah. All right, quest accepted.
Mhm.
Yep, she needs someone to teach me her mannerisms, the way she speaks, and I will infiltrate.
Thank you for doing this for us. We wish you good luck and to bring honor and glory to our clan.
And other, anybody that's eavesdropping is like, death to the Takanathi! And it's a very mixed bag, though. Others are kind of mumbling and looking embarrassed. Others are very angry. You can tell there's some maybe political division about how to deal with the other feuding clan. But Kapunuk is clearly on the, make love, not war side.
Mm.
And he's a warrior. Like, that's, what he likes to do. So he had no qualm about not fighting. But when it came to fighting his own people, or at least another clan, he was not into that. All right, with the mission accepted, I think that will do it for this week's session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. We have a winner for the MVP poll. It is Vaul Robin.
I said to empty my bardic inspirations.
I mean, they were all such clutch freaking rolls. Literally every time you gave somebody bardic inspiration, I think it did real work. These are,
Technology pamphlets.
yeah, the technology
see.
pamphlets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
roll twice,
double prizes!
Yay!
Feeling? And you
Oh,
granted another
shoot.
player inspiration.
Well, since Frey had to use hers to get to that tunnel, let's give it to Frey.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
And another potion of healing is always good.
Yeah. Find it in somebody's knapsack here in the Goliath camp. I'll take this. Yoink.
Steal it.
All right, that is all the time we have for this week's session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Rochelle, Raymond, and Reese for playing. Thank you to our wonderful fans for watching. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Thomas, Adam, Stan, William, I'm Loud, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplayer Roll, Christopher, and Dig Dug DM. And gold patrons RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcus, Dead Lizard, Lion, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Humanoid, Size, Sphincters, and Stephanie. Thank you all very much for your support. We're live streaming our D&D adventures every week, and we will see you next time. Also, I believe the giveaways have ended on the Discord, so I'll be sending those rewards out momentarily. And in cross-eyed chat.
Next, we need sphincter-sized humans to join
That's
the
right. Somebody,
Size humans.
somebody make it happen.
Oh,
Pimple Duggan's oh so fine.